Hey everyone. So today, this is sort of an odd uh, topic that I wanted to make a video about, but it's something that I've noticed over the last several days. Um, I'm not sure if I can explain this, but I'm going to try. So over the last several days, I've found that I've been wanting to eat more than I normally do. I have found that throughout the course of the day, because normally I would eat, normally like what I eat is like maybe a pound of ground beef, excuse me, and maybe 3 or 4 eggs in the morning, and then I'll usually have some sort of meat or roast in the afternoon, and then that's usually it. I'll have 3 or 4 of these a day. This is a 32-ounce cup. And that's usually it. But over the last few days, I've noticed that I'm wanting to eat more. And so the Facebook group that I'm a part of, I got on there today and I went and asked, maybe what people think about this idea of, what do you think would cause someone to want to just keep eating, even though, because I've been doing this, for 6 months now. And I had um, a lot of great responses. And one of the things that I found myself doing as I was communicating with everybody is it got me to thinking about just how stressful life uh, has been for me lately. I've got just some personal things going on, at home with my just sort of with my job, with my finances, that kind of thing. I've got some things that are kind of stressful at the church that I attend, and so I got to thinking, could this be something that has to do with stress eating? So I decided that I wanted to make a video about stress eating while on carnivore. It honestly, it was never something that I thought I would ever do. I mean, I've obviously, done stress eating over the years. I mean, emotional eating, that kind of thing. I've talked about that before, but I don't think I've ever really thought about this actual topic of, is it possible to eat carnivore foods while you're stressed? And I, I'm not really sure if I think what I need to say is, for me, yes. Um, because I don't know, things have just been interesting. And sorry, I'm kind of scatterbrained at some of this because I'm trying to put into words the thoughts that are kind of racing through my head at this point. Um, am I eating maybe too much of the wrong type of carnivore? I don't know, because again, my my food intake really just consists of eggs, ground beef. I've kind of gotten away from most pork because for some reason something about pork just doesn't sit well with my stomach. Um, I don't eat a lot of cheese. I don't drink a lot of milk or a dairy for anything like that. Um, so can you stress eat while on carnivore? And I think that's just what I wanted to talk about today. Um, yeah, I think that it is. I think that it is possible. Um, have I looked online, for any kind of videos, or have I looked up? No. Just so you all are aware, I have not looked into this. This is just sort of, again, these are just things that I've been noticing over the last few days. Um, my, my what tends to happen sometimes is I don't really have, how do I put this? I don't really have an out when it comes to stress. I don't really have anything that I can go and do or go and be a part of, when when things become really stressful. So I end up eating. So what ends up happening is I've got beef and eggs and more beef and more eggs, and I just eat that. Um, it helps, but I don't know. Maybe the whole idea behind this thing is maybe I need to come up with a way to become unstressed, but that's a whole other thing. But so anyway, so this idea of, can you stress eat while you're on carnivore? So I think one of the things that you probably just need to think about and look at is, what is going on in your life that is causing the stress. Sorry, I have something on my nose and it's driving me nuts. Um, probably that's probably one of the first things that you need to identify and figure out what's happening. What is it that's going on? Um, and then I guess the next thing would be, is there a way for you to work through and or eliminate that stress? Um, I mean, for me, the the problem is the things that are sort of stressing me out are ongoing, and unfortunately, it's not something that I can just come up with a fix and it's snap my finger, it's done. Um, so I fall back on the only thing I know. And one person had put in one of the comments, just the idea that emotional eating, stress eating, that kind of thing. I mean, that's taken a long time to build up. And that's true. I mean, I'm 52 years old, and good Lord, my face is driving me nuts. I'm 52 years old. Sorry about that. And I've been, this is something that's built up over a long time. So it's probably going to be something that is going to take a while to go away. Now, am I saying that I'm using that as an excuse to just allow myself to eat whatever I want, whatever? No, that's not what I'm going for. What I'm trying to do is, if you find that there are things that are stressful in your life, and you are, kind of person like me who, and it doesn't mean that you have to be overweight, not at all. There are a lot of people that I know that are, in really good shape. They're at the weight that they need to be, but things get stressful and they need to do something to get rid of it. And eating could be one of those things. So, am I going to, stop doing carnivore? No, not at all. Um, it, I mean, it's just the opposite. But I think what I want to do is make sure of, a couple things. One, just doing what I can to make sure that when I eat, that I am eating until I'm satisfied. And unfortunately, I think that's one of the things that doesn't always happen, only because, and I don't mean to make this sound like, oh, poor Jeremy, um, but I don't have enough um, food to be able to do that, and that's only just because my budget, only allows really for me to be able to buy, the ground beef, the eggs, and a roast maybe once a week, and a roast is probably gone in 2 or 3 meals. So, so I'm trying to drink more water, at least just try to fill up my stomach with something. Um, but I'm doing what I can. And I think the other thing too is I really need to get back onto that cart. It's sitting right over there, and go out and start walking more. Unfortunately, over the last few weeks, my amount of walking has decreased quite a bit, and so I actually got out and walked this morning. It's 40 degrees. It was cold. And then I was going to try to go this afternoon as soon as I got off of work, but I had something come up and I had to leave right away. But I'm going to try to do walk in the morning, about a mile or so. And then in the afternoon, when it gets a little warmer, I'm going to try and go, another mile or 2 miles. So I at least am going to try to get back to 3 miles a day. It's just hard when it's, 20, 30 degrees out. I have jackets and I have a nice big pair of gloves and hat. So I'm bundled up, but it's just hard when it's that cold. Um, and I think another thing that I need to work on, and maybe you do too, is try to find some sort of outlet that will help you to get past your stress. Um, for me, I don't know. I've never really thought about something like that, but maybe that's something that that I'm gonna need to work on and try to find some sort of out to get me going and to get me over whatever hump I'm working on, so that I can try to get past the stress so I don't go to the refrigerator to try to eat. Um, like I said, I didn't really think all this through, but I'm just wanting to just kind of state what's going on in my mind. And folks, if you've got some ideas, or if you also deal with stress, and it doesn't necessarily have to be a stress eating, but if there's things that you deal with too, let's try to talk about it in the comments. Let's try to talk through it with each other. I've also got um oh good lord. Sorry, I'm drawing a blank here. The Discord. I've got a Discord server, and I'll put the link in the description. So if you want to join that too, there's a few people that joined up. But I had created it because I was hoping that we could work on being able to communicate from a way, not necessarily through comments, because sometimes comments get lost. And so that was why I created the Discord server. So I'll put that link in. Um, but and if you've got, like I said, if you've got some ideas on things to try to eliminate the stress, let me know, because I would love to be able to come up with something. I live in a rural area, so sometimes trying to get out to go somewhere to try to do something sometimes a little difficult, and it kind of sucks the gas. But something I could do at home, or just whatever. I'd love to hear what you all think. So um I think I'm just going to wrap this up here. Do you have stress in your life? Do you stress eat? And if do you let's go a step further. Do you eat food that is not carnivore? um this would be a good place, if you want to talk about that too. We are human, we're not perfect. And I mean, Thanksgiving was not too long ago, and I know that I'm sure a lot of people probably slipped, had pie and stuffing and different things like that. That's all right. But if you want to talk about some of the other things that kind of go on in your life, let's do that. Anyway, thank you everybody for jumping in at this sort of last minute video here. But I just wanted to, I don't know, I wanted to get that off my chest, and just kind of get that out there and see what other people are thinking, what they're saying. Anyway, take care, everybody. I hope you have a great rest of your day, and I look forward to seeing you all in the next video.